Hey everyone, we'll wait for a couple of seconds for everyone to um, get in on this live video from Newsleys Basketball. Glad that y'all can join us today. I'm really excited for today because this will be our first episode. As many people are tuning in, I'm just going to share a little bit about um, the introduction and explain what we're doing with around the globe. Again, thanks for everyone showing up, and we hope that this is going to be a good event. Welcome to the first episode of Coffee Around the Globe. I hope those watching have their cup of coffee and ready to hear an exciting discussion between myself, Andrew Cummings, the host, and our special guest. So before I introduce to you the special guest to you all today, let me take some time and share with you what our intentions are for the show. Coffee Around the Globe is essentially a discussion about basketball, Newsleys basketball, about the Christian faith, and many more other topics that we'll be discussing. For example, we'll be having special guests that will be people that you may know, past and current professional coaches, basketball players that are playing overseas, agents, Newsleys basketball alumni, directors, board members, ministry partners and organizations, and many others involved around the basketball world. And so, right now, for those that are watching right now currently, I just encourage you. I encourage you to like this video, wave, comment what country, state you're watching from, even comment during the conversation. We want you to be involved in this conversation, because this conversation is not for me, it's not for the special guest, it's for you all, for you all to enjoy a cup of coffee and get to hear a little bit about basketball and about our faith. And so we appreciate everything that y'all are doing right now. And so, we just want you to be a part of the experience. Even if you're watching this now and it's not live anymore, we just encourage you to also comment, and we'll get back to you on those comments. Ask questions during the interview, all those things. And so, also, I just want to point out that this event was scheduled. Yeah, it was scheduled to be on Facebook Live, but due to technical difficulties, I should say those technical difficulties are for me. We're on Instagram Live, so I hope that's okay. I hope that you still enjoy, and sorry for any inconvenience that this may have had on y'all. And so, we just want to be able to have this experience with you all and to have a good time. So enough for me talking. I know that y'all want to hear from the special guests that we have and many other people that we'll have throughout the calls. And so now that you know what coffee behind now that you know the what behind Coffee Around the Globe, let me introduce to you all the who as the special guests we have today. Today we have a special young couple who have been married for the past 2 years, Dakota and Koral Zinser, who both graduated from Palm Beach Atlantic University. Dakota has been playing professional basketball for the past 2 years in many countries such as Germany, France, Australia, Russia, China, Indonesia. Koral is currently getting her master's degree from Liberty University. Both have been a part of our Newsleys basketball summer tours, in which they did an amazing job serving overseas for our summer camps. And also, for as long as I've known them, they have been great servants for Newsleys basketball. For wherever they go, they always love to serve and to be able to, share people about God, and also which is awesome too. So with that being said, we welcome Dakota and Koral to the first episode of Coffee Around the Globe.
Yo.
Hey.
Glad to have y'all. How are y'all doing right now?
Good to be here.
Nice, awesome. So where are y'all tuning in from? I know the crazy times right now. Obviously you're not overseas, but maybe share a little bit about where you're at and what y'all doing.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm born and raised in Green Bay, Wisconsin. So at the moment, we're in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coral's from Central Florida, so we kind of go back and forth between these two places when we're in the States.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that's it's crazy during these times right now, especially with coronavirus, all that's happening with the protests. Is that affecting y'all personally, and as well as that affecting y'all where you're living at as well?
It's not affecting us directly, like where we're living, but there are, I guess, like some protesting going on in the city of Green Bay, which like is sort of close to us, but we haven't really seen anything in person.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Here, I'm coming in from Dallas, and they had curfew last couple of nights, and so yeah, just what's happening around the world is just I can't even put words to it.
Hmm.
I know there's many people out there suffering and going through hardships. So just for all you watching, and also for everyone else that's tuning in, you're being heard, and we're there with you each and every step of the way, and we hope that you're doing good, that you're getting through this. And if you need to reach out to someone, let us know, and we'd be more happy to help you, pray for you, as we are doing right now. And
Hmm.
so, yeah, I know it's tough right now, but especially during this with the Corona stuff happening. Dakota, are you training right now, or have you been able to get into a gym? Like that's
Yeah,
a
man.
question that
So
I guess a lot of people have.
Mhm.
I mean, fortunately, that's a part of the reason I'm in Green Bay. I have a close friend here that owns a gym, so I've been able to get in the gym and just stay ready, man. That's pretty much all you can do at this point. Just stay prepared because now everyone's in the same situation. You don't really have an excuse. You can work out at home, you can do the little things like that. But I have been fortunate. I've been able to get into a gym since this whole coronavirus started. But yeah, man, just using it as extra time of preparation to be ready for the next season.
Definitely, yeah. And what about you, Coral? You're finishing your master's degree, right?
Yep, I have a year left.
Okay. And what is this master's in? What are you trying to do with it?
Yeah, I'm doing mental health counseling, so I'm trying to be a counselor. Um,
Okay.
just really interested in the mental health area. I actually want to go into doing marriage and family counseling.
Okay.
So,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah,
So instead of following Dakota around all the places, he's gonna start following you around all these
yeah,
jobs, right? That's the plan,
yeah, exactly.
right? Awesome, awesome. Well, sounds like you'll have definitely a bright future with everything, with you getting your master's, and then I don't know about the basketball. I don't know when that's going to start up, but hopefully soon, so you can get back on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I guess I guess that it's a good transition, Dakota, just to share a little bit about how you even began playing professional. Was that a dream? Maybe start in college? Yeah, just share with us um, your story.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think as any young athlete does, you dream of being a professional athlete in some capacity. For us in the States, it's big time. It's NBA, NFL, MLB, For me, I think obviously I dream about that, but as I grew older, throughout high school and college, it became more realistic for me to go play overseas and just kind of learning the ins and outs of overseas basketball because it is a business at that point. It's not all fun and games anymore like it was in high school and college even. It's
I
not just
understand.
all right, you go to class, you go to practice, and that's it. There's a little bit more to it than that. But yeah, man, I mean, I've been very blessed and fortunate to make connections with some great people that have helped me along the way. But besides that, man, I just really put in the work.
Yeah.
After college, I actually really started falling in love with the gym, um, just falling in love with the process and the grind, really, and enjoying the gym a lot, like loving and wanting to get in the gym.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of people say they want to go play professional, but the life over there is not with
Hmm.
all the glamour and everything. No one sees the work behind the doors, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
being done. it's not always fun, but man, it's such a privilege to play basketball. And I'm glad that you have that experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe how's the competition in the countries? Like, I know you're playing overseas and been in many countries, but how is that life? I guess like you feel like a superstar, like you're their import, right?
Yeah.
Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it is different everywhere I've been. It's just different country to country for me at least, and I'm sure some other people can attest to that as well. But you know, like for example, like Russia does live up to that stereotype of being very physical,
Okay.
similar to Germany, I'm sure, as you know, very physical. But as far as like the superstar stuff goes, man, like in Asia, like China is crazy. Like they love basketball.
Really? I
Yeah.
haven't been there to play basketball. I've been there as just touring or
Hmm.
doing some camps, but never been there as like a player. That's
Yeah.
interesting to hear.
Yeah, so it's and they go crazy, man, because I think it's different. You know, in Europe, soccer is probably the front runner, but in Asia, you know, soccer is not that big, so they have basketball to look forward to, especially in China. So, yeah, China was crazy, man. And then especially like for me, I'm like 6'3", 6'4". I'm pretty normal, but then I'm walking around with my teammates that are like 7-footers, and
Oh
everyone's
man.
on the train, you know, like they're filming, they got their phones in your face and stuff, but. I mean, it is like humbling and pretty cool. You know, you as a younger kid playing basketball, you look up to other people, and it's cool to kind of leave that imprint on others now too. You know, you just want to do it the right way for sure.
And I guess this person commented in Israel, if you don't average 20, you're going home. Is that true? Like where you play, you have standards that if you're not reaching that standard, I guess points or whatever they said is in your contract, are you just going home, or do they give you a chance? How is that compared to
Yeah,
like
man.
going
Yeah, it's different everywhere for sure. From that aspect too. I mean, I've had friends have been sent home after a couple months, and you know, different leagues are more cutthroat. You know, Ciba Copa in Mexico, for example. You know, you have one bad game, they might put you right back on a plane back home.
home?
So it is different, man. And that's what makes it difficult. But you know, we want to do this at the highest level, the professional level. We get paid to
Right.
do it. You know, I think those things that are put in place, they're kind of like unsaid rules or unspoken rules. You know, um, not that you need to average 30 a game to
Right.
get a job overseas or stay overseas. There's other stuff that goes along with that too, man. It's you know, I've had mentors that played 15 years overseas and at high level, like Euro League, and um, one of them said, you know, I was never the most athletic, the best shooter, the best ball handler, but I was a great teammate and I did the little things, you know, and that's another thing I try to instill into young guys who are looking to go play overseas, man. It's about being a great teammate as well, and doing the stuff that, you know, is outside of basketball because that's important. Again, from my experience overseas, basketball is a major part of it, but, you know, you're going to be involved with coaching kids or doing training for kids, and that stuff goes a long way. It makes a big difference when you can do those little things. And
Mhm.
yeah, man, it's cool. You just, for me, I love building the relationships with other people, because basketball is going to end at some point, you know, for
Right.
everybody,
Right.
whatever that means. So just being a great teammate, man, being a great person overall, that stuff's really important. And it goes a long way. You know, I want to be able to look back at what I did and be proud of that for sure off the court.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people don't really see that. I mean, they see the NBA, right? And they see like James Harden, LeBron, Steph going off for like 40 or 50, right? But
Yeah.
they don't see the behind the scenes work that's being
Hmm.
done, not just on the court, but off the court.
Yeah.
See LeBron, he has his own schooling. He's putting kids through
Hmm.
schooling, right? You have Steph Curry really caring about the community, and
Yeah.
so I guess the same thing goes with you is as well. Like you're also in the community, building those relationships with the
Hmm.
kids, with the other players, and really just being all in. Uh,
Yeah.
in that, and I guess that's makes the experience better. Wouldn't you
For
say?
sure. For sure. And it is, for me, I take pride in that, knowing it's part of my job. You know, my job isn't to go to practice and go to games, and that's it, you know. Again, like from a teammate perspective too, I don't want to be the guy that sits up in my room for 10 hours out of the day. Like, I want to interact with my teammates. I want to get to know you. And, yeah, just, again, build that relationship, man. And then touching on what you said, like with LeBron, it's good having, you know, role models like that. That's what makes it easy for guys like us to just do the little things and do the stuff off the court. You know, we have people like that to look up to. So,
Yeah, yeah. And what about you, Coral? I mean, I know Dakota's the one getting all the, I guess, all the fame and everything, but you know, there's a saying: behind every good man, there's even better woman, right? And supporting. And I know that you were overseas with Dakota, right? I think in Australia, if I'm mistaken. How was that for you? How was that the experience? You know, of being over there. Were you able to be involved? Yeah, if you can share a little bit about that, that'd be really, really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. Obviously, I was so excited to be able to go over there. I feel like that's like been on my bucket list forever to be able to go to Australia. But it was really great. We had a lot of free time, so like we got to spend a lot of time together. And obviously, like I was able to go to every game. I think there was one game that I didn't go to because it was like 6 hours away. But you know, I was at every game, front row, so I was always involved. I think I even went to a couple of his practices. I just loved it. And then when we weren't, when he didn't have games or anything, we were exploring. We were going to different places, like different beaches, and we were kind of near the city, and we were near a winery. Like it was just really fun just to be able to see something so different than anything I've ever experienced before. So
I know you shared some stories, but I kind of want to talk a little bit about news release, about how you kind of got started into it, and how I know you both went on a tour in one of the summers. How was that for y'all? Able to experience that together?
yeah, that was it was really awesome, man. It was kind of crazy how it happened. So we just got married a month before we went on the news release tour. So it's kind of like a honeymoon kind of thing, man. I actually got a call from Steve. For those of you who don't know Steve, he's the director of news release. And he said, "What are you and your wife doing in the next 2 weeks?" I was like, "Nothing. Why?" He's like, "You guys want to come to Europe?" I'm like, look at Chrome, like, heck yeah, we do. So ended up like we had to get our passports expedited because our passports were in Green Bay at the time and we were in Florida. But yeah, we ended up going, and I think there's something special about, you know, serving with a spouse. You know, that it's a really cool feeling, cool experience to be in a different culture and do ministry. There's something really special about that, I think. And it was crazy just a month, not even a month after we got married. So it was a really cool thing for us. And if Coral, you want to touch on that?
I don't know. It's just kind of like super unexpected. I think we flew out like a couple days after you got the call, and it didn't seem like it was really happening. And it was, I don't know, it was like the longest trip that I had ever gone on, like away, I guess, like the longest flight I've ever been on. So I was like nervous about it, and it was all new. And Dakota had done it the year before, and I had never been to Europe, so it was super exciting. Like it was really fun, and it was really special, just like getting to see, I guess, like more so his culture. I feel like I haven't really, that was like the first time I had really done that with you. Like I had watched him play basketball in college, but I hadn't really like watched him do basketball camps and stuff, and much less like with other people. So that was like, you know, really special. And it was really a great opportunity that we got to do.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, and for those that will be watching this or are watching this, usually basketball, what we do is we bring basketball players and also family members, you know, overseas that have a passion for basketball, but even have greater love for God. And so we put them together to do camps. And in those camps, and in the evenings, we're able to play against some other professional teams, some club teams, and really just try to provide a need. And that need for some of them is basketball, and some of them is really to know more about God. And so, yeah, it was the summers. I'm always on summers, and it's great to be able to be part of a couple of weeks, or at least say 1 week with you, Dakota,
Yeah.
on the extension tour during that time while we were in France. That was really cool. But yeah, do y'all have like a favorite memory? Maybe a funny story while being on tour?
Well, one of my favorite memories, I don't know if I have a lot of funny ones. One of my favorite memories was one of the weekends that we were in Germany. The family that we were staying with, we were talking around the breakfast table, and they were like, "So, it was the first day that we didn't have anything to do, like with the camps or anything, and so we were like, no, we don't have anything to do. Like we want to do something at the house." And the family was like, "Oh, do you guys want to drive to Switzerland?" We were like, "Yeah, of course we do." So we got to go to Switzerland for the day, and like that was one of my favorite memories.
I think I have a lot of favorite memories, but funny, not so funny story. It was a Friday or something in the camps. We do like at nighttime we do this like fitness circuit thing. I can't remember what we call it, but each station is like 2 minutes and you do it like 7 times or whatever. And I don't know what I ate the day before, but I got food poisoning and we were like 5 minutes from finishing the circuit and I had to go
Oh no!
up to the bathroom and I was just puking, dude, for like 3 hours. And I woke up in the middle of the night, start puking again. So I don't know if I got food. I think I got food poisoning because I was like profusely vomiting like for hours. It was horrible.
Isn't that called Pain Station?
Pain station, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. It was
Oh,
horrible, dude. And I wasn't even doing it. We're like coaching the kids. They're the ones struggling. I'm like, oh no, my stomach hurts. I sprinted up the stairs to the bathroom. Oh, it's horrible, man.
oh, good times, good times. But those are some
Yeah.
pretty cool stories for sure. Like that, that shape us in our life, and stories like that that really hold on to our hearts, and we'll never forget those. Not only us, but the host families, the kids, the people that we're around. They won't ever forget those stories too. And I
Yeah.
guess that's a good transition to like, everyone has stories and on tour, off tour. Another good aspect of News Release, what we do is we really spiritual side of things, and really try to really share about God to the campers, God not only to the campers and but also to ourselves. We have things that we call power minutes, or even power hours, where we get to share a testimony. I guess, how was that for y'all? How was the spiritual aspect of News Release, and yeah, were y'all able to hear anything that God was saying to y'all at the time during the summers, or currently, or yeah, just a little bit about that?
You want to go or you want me to go?
You go first.
All right. Yeah, for me, I think the first time I went on tour, it's not uncomfortable, but it's definitely different, speaking about your faith with younger kids. And I'd have some talks with mentors that I was with, and I was like, dang, like I feel like I don't have enough knowledge to like be telling these kids like what they need to know, you know what I'm saying? But I think that
Right.
goes along like with your spiritual journey, just learning more and just diving into the word. But there's definitely a level of like stepping out of your comfort zone for that. um it brings a lot closer. Yeah, it's like I said, doing that not even a month after being married, it was really great for us. Kind of like a stepping stone. You know, we did premarital counseling and things like that, but I think, you know, when you do ministry together, um, it was really, really special for us. And, you know, we get closer to each other, we get closer to the Lord, individually and in our relationship. So that's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I had always done mission trips growing up, so I guess like that setting wasn't super new to me, maybe as much as it was for Dakota, but um, it kind of was, I think, my first like real experience with a language barrier, and so that was kind of really interesting. Like obviously, I knew that we weren't going to be speaking the same language, but it was really cool to see how many kids knew English and how many kids were like really excited to teach us German. And so that
Even
was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like really fun. And also, because so many of the kids could speak English, a lot of them, as the week went on, got more and more comfortable with like coming up to us and like asking us questions and stuff. So it was really fun to like be able to, I don't know, like interact with these kids and like see how real they wanted to get and like how they like wanted to know more, and like they, it was just really nice like that they felt so comfortable asking us questions like we're total strangers, you know, and on the other side of the world, and they were so curious about the lessons that we would talk about and stuff like that. So that was really really cool. And obviously, like Dakota said, being married, and I guess I kind of went into it kind of feeling like I don't really know what my job is here, but I kind of felt like I was just along for the ride and didn't really like have a place in the beginning, but it was really like apparent to me that I was supposed to be there. And I don't know, I just really fit in really well. Everybody was really like welcoming, and we all just got really close as leaders, and it helped us get closer like with the kids and stuff too in the community.
Awesome. Yeah. I think it's always a great opportunity to talk to the kids and to just be able to encourage each other, right? Kind of like what we're doing now. I guess for you, Dakota, is it tough being overseas? I mean, some of the places you're by yourself, but I guess with your Christian faith, your walk with Jesus, is it tough staying in the Word? Is it tough to be around, I guess, players? I guess in the basketball world, not many players have that faith, right? Maybe share a little bit about that.
Yeah, it is different for sure, because you know, not everybody you're gonna come across is gonna have the same beliefs as you, and I think that's something for me. I tried to accept early. You know, I don't have this mindset of, oh, I need to change everybody, but more so as me, you know, traveling to different places, is letting the way that I carry myself and the way I do things, that's how they know I'm a Christian, you know. And then you incorporate other things if you have those, because I've had a couple great conversations with, you know, just about get to that level with different individuals. But yeah, I mean, I just think the biggest thing for me is just the way I carry myself, in that, so people, you know there's some.
Can't hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely. I know many people that. Oh, by the way, you.
Yeah, we
Good
can hear you
now.
now.
Hello. All right. Like I don't know. Um, um, I know. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people always talk about being a Christian, but a big role of that, is really walking the walk. And I think that's really cool that you're able to. That's the first thing that you said. And I think a lot of people, even though they don't say it, they respect you for that, and you actually encourage them. I would say both of y'all. You've been overseas in the camps, and I know a lot of campers being over there. Personally, been over there 5 years, being able to be involved in news release. A lot of the campers, a lot of the people, a lot of the players they always say, man, we're so encouraged when Newsleys comes over there. And it's not because Newsleys. I mean, it's because of individuals like yourselves that are putting them before you. And so we thank you for that, for sure. And really cool to see and to hear of the experience, especially being overseas and, staying on the walk. You know, it is difficult. It is a challenge. But I guess for y'all, it's a little bit easier being able to be each other's support, right? Have family be support. So that's pretty cool to have. For those viewers that are watching this, if you want to know more about news release, more about what we do in the camps, visit our website. The link is in our bio. I think it's a really cool organization, and that it would be something that everyone would really want to know more about and be involved. Not just basketball players, but also people that have an interest in just wanting to serve overseas and have more about faith. So I guess last question that I have for y'all, as well as the internet's working somewhat decent right now, is very easy. Dakota, I see you drinking water. Koral, do you have at least a coffee or something?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Coffee around the globe. Me too. All right. Awesome. Well, I thank y'all both for being on the show for our first episode. I know, Dakota, you probably had a lot of interviews being overseas before. Koral, is this your first one, or have you been able to be in the show before?
This, I guess, is my first real interview.
Okay. Awesome. Well, it's probably something special that you are able to be involved with it together.
Yeah.
I just want to thank y'all again for being on the show and being able to open up for discussion and everything. Let me pray over y'all. I'd like to do that for each one of our special guests for the future. So dear God, just thank you so much for these two servants that you have. Thank you so much for Dakota and Koral, that they're able to lay down their lives. Yeah, you've given them talent, whether that be with university or further on with marriage counseling, or also with Dakota with you give them talent. They just want to serve you with that. And so God, just bless them in the future, bless them where they're at right now, and just continue letting them have a great marriage and let them be able to be a blessing to others. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Yes.
All right, man.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you also. For everyone else watching, our next episode is going to be in 2 weeks, June 17th, same time, 10 a.m. Internet's going to be better, promise you that. Save the date on your calendar, as we'll have another special guest. This person has been on 2 tours with us before, graduated from Oral Roberts University, is currently living in Cleveland with his wife. So you're not going to want to miss him. He's going to be another great guest as we've had with both of y'all. So again, thank you to both of you, and thank you for everyone that's watching the show. Again, we're with you, and we're praying. We're continuing to be praying during these troubled times. So take care, and God bless.
Peace.
To everyone.